37 of this Constitution, Mr. Kanja, provides that every person has the right to peacefully and unharmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present their petition to public authorities. Mr. Kanja, the 6th schedule of the National Police Service Act provides that a police officer shall always attempt to use non-violent means first, and force may only be employed when non-violent means are ineffective or without any promise of achieving intended results. It also stipulates that the force used shall be proportional to the objective to be achieved, shall be proportional to the seriousness of the offense, and shall be proportional to the resistance of the person against whom it is being used. The recent demonstrations that the country has experienced or witnessed, commonly known as the Gen Z demonstrations, is reported to have left over 60 people dead, scores of others injured, and a number of people abducted. Also reported that most of those dead people were unharmed and only had telephone sets in their hands. And many of them are also reported to have been shot from, on their backs. In line with the guidelines that I've just read, Mr. Kanja, do you think the police service has complied or has been complying to the provisions, especially when managing protests? Number 2, in your opinion, were there any security gaps in the management of such protests? And if in your consideration there was, what interventions would you consider in future if you do get confirmed to this position? Mr. Kanja, still on those demonstrations, on the 25th of June 2024, the parliamentary premise was invaded by protesters. Why was the police service not able to prevent the invasion, as Parliament is one of the strategic national state installations? And 2, and the last one, what is the assurance and the confidence of the police service to ensure security and safety of Parliament in case of any other security threat or emergency? I thank you, co-chairs.
So you can respond to the 3, maybe 2 minutes each.
Thank you, co-chairs. Thank you, members. Let me start with the last one from Honorable Osabuyu. It is very, very true that the Constitution of Kenya, Article 37, has given the people of Kenya the right to protest, the right to picket, to demonstrate, and to deliver and hand over petitions to public offices or public officers. However, I must also hasten to say that where one's right ends, another right begins. So now, I would wish to say that there is no country that can never allow extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing is illegal if it ever happens. And let me also say this, that the police officers in the training of the police officers, a training that I have personally attended to in various capacities. The training is to ensure that a police officer is always in the forefront in the defense of the rights and freedoms of the people through the functions provided by the Police Act. They are well trained on what to do in terms of the management of demonstrations. Public Order Act guides on matters demonstration. If there is excessive use of force by an officer, we have the oversight bodies, we have IPOA, we have the ODPP. And even now, as you speak, I know there are several investigations that are ongoing in relation to what happened during the demonstrations. There is a clear demonstration that any use of excessive force cannot be around, and it cannot go unpunished. And that's the reason why those bodies have also come on board to address those matters. Number two, if approved and appointed as the IG through the Internal Affairs Unit can also be able to order investigations to look into those very serious allegations of the violations of the rights of the people. But what I want to say to the honorable member is that if approved to be the IG of the National Police Service, I will ensure that the service performs its duties within the frameworks of the law. Within the frameworks of the law, so that everybody enjoys those rights. The security of Parliament. Parliament is one of the key bodies established by our Constitution. And if approved and appointed IG, this is an area that we cannot allow anyone to come around joking around with this Parliament. So for me, I will do whatever it takes to ensure that this Parliament is safe and secure as the IG. On matters security gaps, yes, there are gaps, and maybe let me start by saying that I must first of all appreciate the police officers for having operated under difficult circumstances, because our security, the security of the state, was in jeopardy, because the kind of demonstration that we had, they had actually engulfed almost the entire country, overstretching the resources that are at our disposal. And the reason why, going forward, we still need to invest a lot in terms of ensuring that our officers are well trained. We continue training, continue getting the better equipment to manage some of these things. Training, as I said from the word go, is an area that I would like to run away with, because I do believe that trained officers is actually the direction to go, but we need to have a lot of investment in that direction. And then on matters former IG had issues, that is had issues the National Police Service on matters promotion. Well, if approved
Just a minute, before you go there, on the 25th, the day not to remember, as the Speaker rightfully put it, the reports are when Parliament was invaded, and of course the City Hall was actually even banned, you didn't have water, cannons, or water, even actually fire extinguisher, fire engines. Maybe, and I know, because we were still, that day you were the DIG, and of course you were in thick of things, trying to quell the demonstrations. Will you tell the country and us and these members, it is an issue that of course there was demonstration even before, that was actually the second day. How comes that such thing could happen and you could not even have the basic fire engines or water even to put off the fire? Was it laxity? Was it lack of preparedness? On your part as a police service?
Chair, Co-Chair, on the part of the police service, who are prepared, fully prepared, because we had actually faced similar issues the previous days. We were fully prepared, and despite the fact that the multitudes of the people who turned up, they were huge. The entire roads from all the way from Thika Road, they were actually blocked. Kiabu Road was blocked. The Globe Roundabout was actually blocked, such that even for the water cannons to get water was also a challenge, because first of all you must do the clearance and then you'll be able to access. But what I would like to hasten to say is that from there are better preparations, and also the issue of the multi-agency support systems are there, and everybody is working for the benefit of everybody. Water is readily available, and we say that we are set for that. Thank you, Chair.
Naam, Douglas Kanja ambaye ameteuliwa kuwa Inspekta Jenerali mkuu wa polisi akiwa anapigwa msasa na kamati ya bunge kuhusiana